Hey guys, so last year I did a what I spent on vet care in 2020. I will leave that video linked in the description. This year I thought I would do a video on what I spent in 2021 and kind of make this a yearly trend so you can see how much I spent on vet care a year, which is a lot. So I have all of the dates written down. I have who it was for, what it was for, and the price. And at the end, I'll give you a total. But I just want to kind of go over what happened this year, who needs to go to the vet, for what. So yeah, let's just start off. The very first, I have everything written down in my lap, so I'm going to be looking down. The very first vet visit we had of 2021 was on January 25th. I took Evie in to get inspected on her tail because the tumor on the end of her tail was growing rapidly. I brought her in to see if there was anything we could do. At that point, they had said not really, unless I wanted to get some sort of like biopsy to see if it was cancerous, but if she was moving and running and having a decent life, that it was going to add unnecessary risks. So at that point, I decided, okay, I'll just monitor it. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep going. And then I actually didn't have to go back to the vet until August. I went back August 2nd of last year, of course, to take Evie in again because her tail bump had gotten caught in her cage while I was at work, and she pulled on it and it started turning black and shrinking, and it was really hard. So I took her back in to make sure it wasn't infected, to make sure if there was anything we could do at this point. And at this time, they suggested surgery. So that visit was $171.67. They gave me antibiotics to keep it from getting infected until her surgery time. And they also gave me pain medication and for the inspection. And then her appointment was scheduled for a couple days later on the 9th when I brought her in to get her tail amputated. Not the whole thing. It's about half of it is gone now. But her surgery cost $390.77, and that was for the actual surgery and also some more antibiotics because I had to make sure now that the actual wound wasn't infected, or the tumor wasn't turning into an infection, that the wound didn't get infected. And she had this little cast on her tail, and she had to live by herself for 3 weeks, and it was really sad, but she's so much better now. So it was worth it. We also went to the vet every week for 3 weeks after that. And on the third week, she got her cast removed, but they didn't charge me for any of those follow-up visits. The next time I had to go to the vet was September 7th of 2021. Unfortunately, I had to take Aster in to get euthanized, which was one of my mice. She developed a brain tumor and wasn't able to walk or find food or water. She had this horrible head wobble. I have a video of it, but I don't feel comfortable including it in this. And it was basically a video I sent to her breeder to find out what I should do. And then when I took her into the vet, they did say that it was probably the most humane thing to end her life. So we did that. That was the first time I ever had to choose to end one of my pets' lives, and honestly, it was pretty difficult. So yeah, I took Aster in to get euthanized. I brought her back here and buried her, and at least I knew she wasn't suffering anymore. And then unfortunately, the following month, I had to take another one of my mice in to get euthanized because she had a horrible respiratory infection, which I have no idea how she got. It was like one day she was fine, and and I don't know for sure if it was a respiratory infection. That's just what the vet said it probably was. But it was crazy. It was like one day she was fine, and the next day she just was horrible. I separated her from the other girls, trying to do what I could to help the infection, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse until she wasn't moving at all. So like I said, I don't know if that's for sure what it was. Nobody else got sick, and I know those are pretty contagious, so maybe that's not what it was. But yeah, unfortunately, I had to have 2 of my mice euthanized last year. and very close apart, and each of those cost $18.54. And then the very last visit I had of 2021 was in December. On the 7th, I took Ron and Shawnee in for a health check before their spay and neuter, which is next month. So that was $174 for them. They came back with a clean bill of health, so it's good to end the year on a happy note. And those are the only times I had to go to the vet. I didn't have to get my cat's shots this year. I didn't have to get the ferret shots this year. So honestly, as far as how many pets I had, it wasn't too bad of a year. Most of it was Evie and taking care of her tail. And then the health checks for Ron and Shawnee, Sean and Ronnie, and then the 2 euthanizations. So all in all, over 2021, I spent $897.03 on vet bills. This is a little bit less than I spent in 2021 or in 2020, which, like I said, you can go watch. I'll leave it linked in the description below. But it's kind of a trend. I spend about $1,000 a year in vet bills, and it just goes with having pets, especially having ferrets. So make sure you have a nice big retainer if you have pets, but also ferrets. And part of the way I'm able to always make sure I can take my pets to the vet no matter what is with my care credit card. I have one for emergencies. I use it solely for vet visits, and that's how I am going to be paying for the $800 bunny spays next month too. So yeah, stay tuned for this video next year because it's going to be significantly higher starting off the year, already $1,000 in debt 2 months in. But anyways, yeah, I hope you found this helpful, informative. I know it's kind of weird, but it is nice to show the realization of having pets and how much it can cost. And these are things that couldn't be avoided. The only thing I'd say maybe I didn't necessarily have to do was taking Ronnie and Sean in for a health check, but it's better to be safe than sorry in that situation, especially because I got them from someone on Craigslist that was like a backyard breeder. So yeah, I hope you found this video helpful. Please like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions. I will be back next Sunday with a very exciting video, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.